Hi, my new Year 4 class. I'm really excited about welcoming you back next week. It should be really fun and exciting, but I know that some of you might have a few nerves because we haven't been at school for 6 months for some of you. So we need to make sure that you know everything that's going to happen, and I'm sure you will have lots and lots of questions. So hopefully this video will answer some of those questions, and also if you need to ask more, then at the end I've put my email address so you can write me an email to ask anything that you're not sure on. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take you through a little presentation that I've made about some of the information that you're going to need before we go get back to school, and hopefully put your mind at ease about how things will look. So, welcome back. How will it look? Let's flick through the first slide. So I've got my glamorous assistant here, Mrs. Taylor, who's standing at the top gate, and your year 4s are going to arrive at 8:40. Now year 5 and 6 should have arrived already, and we're trying to limit the amount of people gathering at the top gate. So we need to be nice and quick. We'll line up at the top gate. I'll let you through at 8:40, and then we'll walk into school together. And try not to be late because year 3 will be coming in after us. Okay, and your adults, your trusted adults, will not be allowed to come onto the school site. So that, and at the end of this presentation, I've got contact details for me and for the school to make sure that if there's anything that they need to tell me, they can do it there, because we're trying to limit the amount of time that we're at the top. Okay, so when we get into class, you'll each have a locker. And lockers will need to be emptied at the end of the day. Okay, but we're not going to have drawers in class this year. We're just going to have our lockers, so everything needs to be stored in there. And when we're in class, we do not need to socially distance. Okay, but the adults are going to try to limit the amount of time that we're with you, but social distance. But we can obviously come round and help you as much as you need. Okay, so when we're in class, I've rearranged the desks so that you're all facing forward, but you're all going to have your own space all day. But we are allowed to move around, so we can go and work with different partners and work in different groups if we need to. But we're going to try and make you responsible as well for keeping the class clean. Okay, so we're going to wipe down our desks and try and make sure that we're limiting the amount of bits all over the tables and things like that. So we're all going to be facing forward, and try and keep a 2 meter gap between me and you. Okay, so and we'll wash our hands regularly. So we're going to make sure that we've got different intervals where we can wash our hands, and that's before break and before lunch, and at the end of the day and at the start of the day. So adults are allowed to come and talk to you and help you with work, so don't worry about those sorts of things. So I'll be able to wander around the class and help you if you're struggling with any of the work. So just like normal for that bit. Okay, one thing that a few people have been worrying about is the toilets. So it's 1 in, 1 out for the toilets. We're going to try and keep it clean and wash our hands, and we're only going to use the year 3 and 4 toilets because we're trying to limit the amount of people that are going into different spaces. So it's the normal toilets that you used last year. Okay, now this is quite important. So we've got some things that you need to bring, and then things that you need to leave at home. So let's go through the things that we need to bring in each day. So you need to bring a water bottle, because we don't want you to be using the water fountains around the school. So you need a water bottle that needs to stay in the class, but obviously at lunchtimes there'll still be drinks available. Reading books can stay on your desk, and they can come in and out from school, and we can work out a way of changing our books regularly to make sure that you're keeping up on your reading. And everything else needs to stay in the locker, and you're going to have your homework book that can come in and out of school, and your lunch boxes. And if you have a school dinner, you obviously don't need you don't need your lunch boxes. Okay, and leave at home. You do not need to be bringing toys or teddies or pencil cases and anything else that is not essential. So if you think, oh, I don't really need that, then please try and leave it at home, because you don't need to bring it in. And this is one bit that I was a bit sad about, but birthdays, you're still allowed to wear your non-uniform, but at the moment we're saying please don't bring in cakes or sweets for the class for your birthdays, because we're just trying to limit the amount of things that enter the school. Okay, let's move on again. So break and lunch. We all have break with year 3. So Mrs. Wright, Mrs. Coates and myself will be on duty on the various days for break, and then lunch will be almost as normal. So, but you will be staying with year 4, and then after you've finished, everything will be wiped down, and then the next class can come and use your table. So we're going to have little slots for each class to have their lunch. And then if you have packed lunch, then that's absolutely fine, and school dinners are as normal as well. Okay, and you can order those through the school website. Okay, PE. So PE is going to be on Tuesdays, and we're really lucky because we've got Mr. Moorhead to do our PE sessions every Tuesday morning. But what we're asking is that you wear your PE kit all day, so you don't have to find lots of areas to go and get changed. So on Tuesdays, you'll be wearing your PE kit all day. Okay, and at the moment, we're only going to do PE once a week because of the limited amount of space and the wiping down of equipment. Okay. So leaving school. We're going to be leaving school at 3:15. So you'll need to be picked up at 3:15 from the top gate again. Okay, so we'll walk up around the playground together, and so that you can all leave at 3:15. Okay, and if you walk home, you need to make that arrangement with myself or the office, and make sure that your parents are okay with you walking home alone. And we're trying to be nice and quick again, so that all the different classes can get out. If you're going to Larks and Owls, so in the morning or after school you're going to Larks and Owls, then the ladies that run Larks and Owls will make special arrangements to pick you up and drop you back off in the classrooms, as they work out how they're going to arrange that. Okay. Now, the most important bit here is the communication. Now, obviously, I've said at the start that adults, we're trying to limit the amount of people that come into the school site. So the best way to contact me is by my email, and it's right there, chris.pemberton@stthomas.cumbria.sch.uk, or you can ring the school office, or if you put admin@stthomascumbria.sch, then they can forward the message on to me. So I hope all of that is put your mind at ease. But if you do have questions before Wednesday when you all come back, then please email me. Okay, I hope all of that was really clear for you. And if you do have any more questions, whether it be a really small question or a really big question, I'm happy to answer it before Wednesday. So just email them over. And I'm just to let you know as well that I'm making plans for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday to be a nice settling back, hopefully lots of fun, and do some different activities to get you back in the school routine. So it's not going to be too stressful on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and we'll just ease ourselves back in, because it's going to be really tricky to wake up early, and it's be in a classroom all day. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to having you all back and seeing how much you've grown and how much you've got and how much you've been doing over the last 6 months. So please email questions, and I'm really looking forward to next week. Bye.